I was outside the other day and I'm like, man, it's getting hotter and hotter and hotter. And you know what? It's just the beginning because it's going to get even hotter. Ladies and gentlemen, if you listening to this message, that's how I feel the collective body is about to flame up. I feel like the collective body is about to instantaneously combust. And what does that mean? It means that you're about to be hot stuff. And it's going to be connected to this really big victory. Now, the point I keep getting is hotter and hotter and hotter. Like it's just the beginning. So it's like one good thing leads to a lot of good things. Like let's say, for example, you get a new place in a nice high-rise building and you thought your apartment was really cute, or you thought your condo, or you bought a new house and you thought, oh, this is cute. But then you go outside and you got an apple tree, right? Or you at your new condo and it's a bunch of amenities. It's a pool. It's a room with pool table. You know, you go outside. It's a barbecue. You can barbecue and have a party. You know, all kind of perks that come with this huge victory. Now, for a lot of you guys, I keep getting it with the summer references. It's hot. It's something sizzling. Like some of y'all don't know. You don't know yet, but you about to know. You got something that's sizzling or something, and you know how we do it over here. It's a gift, a skill, a talent. It's a project. It's an item. It's a something. It's an idea. You know, especially if you connected with my channel, that it is something that has been given to you by God. It is a vision that has been given to you by God. It is something that was planted inside of you for you to have to do it. So if God planted this thing inside of you, I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but I know that you need to hear this. If God planted it inside of you, why would it fail? You know what I mean? Like, so that's for somebody out there who afraid, or that's from somebody out there who been holding back because maybe you feel like you shouldn't go for it, or you don't have all the answers, sway. Like, you still have to know that if it was given to you by God, it was given for a reason. It was supposed to be victorious. I planted the seed because I wanted the flower to grow. I didn't plant the seed because I didn't want it to grow, or I wanted to grow malfunction, or I wanted to grow a little bit. No, if you go out into a garden right now and you plant a seed in that garden, you want it to grow. So if God put that idea, that vision, that dream inside of you, it was specifically for the purpose of you blooming. And you about to bloom and bloom and bloom, and you about to get hotter and hotter and hotter. And this one victory will lead to more and more victories. So let's get to this reading to see what this can mean for you at this time. Center of the reading. The Two of Swords, stuck in stagnant energy. Okay, this is like having to make a decision and not knowing which way to go. For some of you guys, this could be the decision of, do I move forward with this gift, this skill, this project, this idea, this dream? Do I move in that direction? Because I don't want to get too far out there on that bridge and then turn around and go back. Okay, some of y'all getting to the point of no return, where you have done a lot of research, you talk to a lot of people, you've done a lot of networking, and you can't just turn around and go back, because it's equally as much effort to go back now as it is to just push forward. It's going to take you a lot of effort to go backwards now because you've come too far, in other words. Okay, somebody out there, you need to know that you've come too far to go back now, right? Because if you go back now, it's the same distance. Imagine somebody on a tightrope between two mountains. You're right 50%. It's going to take you 50% more to walk back, and it's going to take 50% to move forward. It's like you might as well just go forward. Okay, so that could be it. Stuck between a decision, not knowing which way to go. Your signal during this time is it's time for you to push forward. Okay, let's see what we have that's crossing it. Ooh, the 5 of coins. Woo. Somebody feeling left out. Somebody feeling like, wait a minute, what about my coin? What about my bag? Okay, this is what's happening. This is what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about resources. And this is why I'm saying, like, you may not have all the answers. You may not think you have all the resources. And I think what this whole message is to tell you is, remember I said it's a victory and it got other stuff attached to it? A bag. Some of y'all need to push forward with the vision and the idea that God gave you because you need a bag. And this is going to provide another source of income. Some of y'all going from rags to riches. You already know this in your heart. You've already heard this. You already felt this. But now is the time. Okay. So some of y'all coming out of a financial deficit, debts are being paid off. You climbing a ladder, maybe a spiritual ladder, corporate ladder. But let's see what's at the deep root of this thing. The Four of Wands. Oh my goodness. I just took a deep breath and that just felt so good. Relief. Somebody about to get some relief. Maybe it's been a housing situation and you need some relief in that area. It's going to be some relief. Some of y'all been in a financial situation. I don't know which decision to make. You don't know what to do, what not to do, where to go, which left or right. And then boom, there's this relief. So along with the victories that you're about to get, another perk that comes along with this victory is relief. Also with this Four of Wands, we're talking about stability. So you're going to have relief. You're going to have financial stability, housing stability. Okay. This is mental stability. And this is also Wands card, physical stability. So it's like your physical surroundings are going to be stable. Your property, right? All of your belongings, everything is kind of safe and secure. And now you're building on a solid foundation, right? When the seed was planted inside of you, the roots had to grow and they had to go down deep so that that flower could bloom and it could stand, right? And so this is talking about your roots being planted and being secure so that you can stand tall and stand proud. That's one of the benefits of these victories that are coming. All right. Now let's see what was going on in the recent past. The Four of Cups. See, some of y'all was so bored with life, so fed up, is this it? This is what life is? Like, I came all the way to earth to be bored and not like it. You know, some of y'all, this could be a job situation. I've been sitting here at this job and I don't like it, right? And you've been trying to figure out what is this? What is the meaning? And it's also with the Four of Cups, it talks about like maybe opportunities being around you, but you're so bored. It's just kind of like, okay, I can go do that and be entertained for a second, but then I'm gonna come right on back and I'm gonna be bored again. So what's the point of even doing anything? I might well just sit here and just stay bored. Okay. And so there are some opportunities or were some opportunities around you to where maybe you can just kind of shake out of that energy, even if it is for a moment, because the more you shake out of it, the more the other energies you entertain. And then of course you start to attract those energies more often, right? So you got to get out of that rut. All right. But again, just being bored, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do now. But I'm telling you, that's about to kick up. Let's see what we got crowning this thing. What I tell you, the Strength card is about to kick up, right? Another perk that's coming along with these victories is your confidence. You're about to have monster confidence because like you stable mentally, financially, right? Physically, y'all been working out. You looking good, body getting right. You know what I'm saying? Look at her hair. You know, she done went and got a little, she washed it and it's big like that because it's representing like that lion, that inner strength of the lion. It's kind of supposed to be the same thing, how she embodies it. But for a lot of you guys, it could be like you just walking tall. Your inner lion is roaring at this time. Remember I said you gotta move forward. It's like you might as well go. And for some of y'all, you saying, okay, cool. Well, if I'm gonna go, I might as well go like a lion. You know what I mean? Ain't no point in walking slow. Some of y'all ready to grab it and really turn up. And this is a perk of whatever victory. So I feel like the confidence, the stability, all of this is a byproduct of a win, a victory. Okay, so the boost, the confidence boost, especially for those of y'all that's finna do something, have a victory in front of people that say you can't do it. Woo! Especially if you've been doubting yourself, you're gonna be like, "Whoo, wait a minute, hold on, okay, I knew I was alright, I knew I was a little nice, man." So yeah, That's what's gonna happen. So let's see what's coming up. Let's talk about the next 7 days for the collective. Ooh, the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands talking about being almost there. Like I said, you've come 50%. You're on a tightrope going from mountain to mountain. You got to get to the other side. You're 50% to the finish line. Some of y'all closer than that. You 90% to the finish line, right? Just like this Nine of Wands. And you only got 10 more percent to go. But the crazy part about it is, you know how sometimes the closer you get to somewhere, it seems like the longer it take you to get there. Like you could be right there and it feel like forever. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you the difference between those who stand there with the trophy and the gold medal around their neck and those who walk away and never experience what that feels like. This is giving up right before the finish line, giving up right before you win, quitting, throwing in the towel. Never mind. Just forget it. It's not meant to be. I guess I was tripping. Let me put it down. And so since you decide to keep going, or you decided to keep going, you're going to get to experience the break the tape moment. You know that moment where you running and you see that tape and you run through it and you break it, and that's the end of the race for you. You won that thing. But again, this is that moment where a lot of people give up. This is the time right here we finna separate the sheep from the wolves. Okay? You a sheep or you a wolf? You gonna hang in there at the toughest part, or you gonna give up right before you win? Okay? Hang in there, my people. Let's see what we got in the fear position. Ooh, the High Priestess. You know, the very first thing I'm getting with this is somebody fears that you know things like higher realm information, and this is what's getting you ahead. Now, for some of you guys, this is actually you. You're fearing the higher realm information. A lot of the illusion has been stripped. You see past it. For a lot of you guys, you've been getting information and downloads, and some truths can be scary. Remember, I gave you in the other reading, Santa Claus is not real. Whole time, everybody else, Santa Claus. Ooh, I guess what time Santa Claus gonna get here? Ooh, let's go to sleep. Let's put out some cookies for Santa Claus. And they really believe, here comes Santa Claus. Whole time, you got a different download. Santa Claus is made up. Made up. All this made up. Okay, so that may be scary information. But once you accept the truth, then you can operate on the truth frequency and you can manifest some more authentic stuff. And so now somebody either fears, uh-oh, you a little authentic and this is what this, you know, some truth somewhere that got you ahead, or this is you realizing some truth and it's a shock to your system at first, like, oh my God, Santa Claus ain't real. What you mean the alien's not coming to get us? Like, you know, but then when you accept the truth and you're able to digest it, then you can move accordingly. Okay, so take this High Priestess, how it applies. All right, let's see what you look like. So from the outside looking in, we're looking at the collective, how we seeing them during this victorious time. Ooh, the Page of Coins. All right. Remember I started this reading off with it's getting hotter and hotter and hotter, and it's just the beginning? That's what this Page of Coins is talking about. It's just the Page of Coins just now got that first victory, got that first bag. And then guess what? Then it graduated to the knight. Then it graduated to the queen. Then it graduated to the king. Then it graduate, okay, either emperor or empress, okay? So there are levels to this. Right? It's getting hotter and hotter and hotter. You getting bigger and bigger and bigger, right? You're doing more and more and more. And there's victory after victory. And then it's an even bigger victory. And then it's an even bigger victory. And then guess what? There are perks that come along with them victories. And it's that perk that leads to that perk. And then more and more perks. And they just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But guess what? It has to be a beginning. And here is this beginning for you. A beautiful, brand new beginning. This is like your first trophy, right? Or it's like your first business, or it's your first book, or it's your first song, or it's your first stage play, it's your first movie, it's your first time directing, it's your first time. And here it is. Oh, snap. You know that this is only going to get bigger and better, right? So whoever was your hater, oh man, this is just the beginning for them. Or they see it like that, like you could take that real far. You just wrote part one. I guess you could write part two. That's a whole sequel. Like that's a whole series. You made one lip gloss, man. I already know she about to make 5 different more colors. Like I already, you know what I mean? Just the beginning. So also remember I was saying that rags to riches. You got the 5 of coins. It's like, oh, count them out. Look at them. They broke. They done. It's over with. You know, you get to see who real, who down, right? And then boom. Oh, uh-oh. Is that a spark of hope? Is that actual tangible proof and evidence that they're doing something that works? I know they didn't just get a trophy. That's a trophy. Oh my God. You see what I mean? It's notable, but I mean, you see how this woman right here, she's shining and it's all gold and then the trophies all lined up. Okay, maybe some of y'all might want to do it quietly. You know those memes? It say, I'm not gonna tell nobody I won the lottery, but there will be signs, right? And there's somebody sitting there like 5 people feeding them grapes and stuff, you know? So just be quiet. You ain't gotta say a whole bunch of nothing. All right, let's see what's the hope. Ooh, 9 of coins. Come on, independent. I didn't need a distribution company, even though, you know, some of y'all will probably create your own distribution company, or maybe you will hire a distribution company, right? For some of you guys, you just, you know, you started it on your own and it went up. This again is speaking to the whole 5 of coins. You didn't have it, and then voila, victory, now you do. This is speaking to 9 of wands. You were so close. This is the point where people give up, throw in the towel, say, forget it. I can't do it. It's the hardest part. It's the darkest before dawn. But you said, I'm going to keep going anyway. And boom, here's the result. It worked out. Okay. So you hoping for that moment. You're hoping for that victory. You hoping, man, I hope I didn't come all this way for nothing. Yeah. Like I came all this way. I do want to see a victory, you know? And so this is where your mind needs to be too. Like keeping the hope that things are paying off for you. Okay. Let's see next 30 days for the collective body. What do we have? Ooh, 7 of swords. Collective. Did you hear me say a few seconds ago? You ain't even gotta say nothing. You ain't even gotta say nothing. This whole thing right here, okay, she in her house, right? Pretend like that's her house. Nobody knows that's what the inside of her house look like. Because when she go outside, she take all that jewelry off. She take her little purple little lace front off. She take them shiny little satin clothes off. And she put on some sweats. She wipe her little makeup off. And she just go outside. And people, oh, she broke. She broke. Hee hee ha. That's why they thought you was broke. Or that's why they thought you wasn't doing anything. Because you have to realize this 7 of swords is real. Somebody see you right at the finish line. They see this is finna happen. Remember I said they see you paid your coins. Oh, this is just the beginning for them. Oh, they could do a whole sequel. They could make a whole part 2. They could really do something with that. And I knew it. Here comes the 7 of swords. Here comes somebody lying, being deceptive. Let me get in there and see what I can do. Let me start manipulating. Let me start sabotaging on the low. I wasn't even trying to take it there. I'm always wanting to keep it like, let's just focus on the positive. But that is so crazy. Every time you get in the head, I guess that's the thing. More money, more problems, more success, more people coming and trying to tag along. You need to be vigilant. Because just as you are at the finish line, 9 of wands, here come that 7 of swords. And it's like somebody trying to trick you out, keep them running. Because I said, this is the spot where everybody quit. So for somebody else, it's like, that's the spot where I quit right there, right? I could have made it. I could have did that. I remember I was going to do that, and I told myself I couldn't. And now here they go. They getting ready to do it. Let me get in there right before they do it. And try to do something. Sabotage. You're right there. Okay? You need to know this. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. The King of Cups. Now, we haven't had the King of Cups come up in a long time. So this is a whole nother, I don't know if this is a person who's coming back, or if this is just the energy or a feeling, but like, First of all, let's talk about it. If it's you, you're going to be on top of your emotional game at this time. This is not a time for you to be thinking with your feelings. I think I said this in the last reading. It's coming up again. This is not a feelings type thing, right? It's more of a be on top of your emotions, be the master of your emotions, use your intuition, all that kind of stuff, but being more so logically led. This King of Cups could be a person coming in with maybe even some love bombing. This is the master of romance. And it's interesting because I pulled the bottom of the deck last. So we was just getting at that. You was almost at the finish line. Here comes some Seven of Swords deceptive. And then here come the King of Cups. And like I said, the King of Cups ain't been here in a while. So where you come from all of a sudden? Be careful of that. Somebody popping up in your life. That's how the devil do. You right there. You at the finish line. Let me throw in a little distraction. Okay? Keep that in mind. Take it how it applies. All right, y'all, man. Okay. These are your victories coming up. So please understand, this is the victory coming up, and these are a little bit of the perks that's coming up with the victory. Okay. So keep that in mind as y'all moving forward. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you follow my other social medias. Be in tune with the channel. Subscribe, like the video, get in the comment section. Let me know how it resonates with you. All right. I'll see y'all in the next one.